Today we are going to talk about globalization and the Indian economy, which is a chapter in CBSE Class 10 Economics. So let's first talk about what is globalization. Globalization is basically integration of markets across the globe. And how is that done? It is done by setting up production across the globe, and it is done by MNCs, which are multinational companies. And why would MNCs want to set up production across the globe? This is to reduce the cost of production. They set up goods where they can reduce the cost of production. For example, the manufacturing will be done in China because it is cheap there, and the selling and assembly of products will be done in Mexico and Eastern Europe because they lie close to the major markets like USA and European countries. And the technical aspects and call centers will be present in India because there is cheap skilled labor which is fluent in English. This globalization trend of globalization is a relatively new one. Earlier, only the finished goods and raw materials were traded between countries. It is recently that production has been set up across the globe. Earlier, it was concentrated to a single country. So, let's see where MNCs will set up production. MNCs set up production where markets are close by, cheap skilled and unskilled labor is present, and there are beneficiary government policies. All of this helps to reduce the cost of production, as was discussed earlier. And the money which the MNCs use to set up this production is known as investment. And if it is done in a foreign country, it's known as foreign investment. So the next question comes, how do MNCs set up production? The first way by which MNCs set up production is by collaborating by a local company. This also helps the local companies in the sense that they get money for new investments, and MNCs bring with them latest technologies, which helps to improve the quality of the products produced by the collaborated MNC and local company. The second and most common way by which MNCs produce goods in new countries, set up production, is by acquiring local countries and local companies, and then is by acquiring local companies and expanding. For example, Cargill is the largest producer of edible oil in India, and it earlier acquired Amarkantak Foods, which was a local company. And this acquiring of local companies is very easy for MNCs because they have a huge wealth which is even greater than budget of some developing countries. The third method by which NMCs increase set up production is by placing orders with small producers like cottage industries. So they set up production under cottage industries and sell the products produced under their own brand name. So let's look at what foreign trade is. Foreign trade is the trade done between two countries. How does it help? It helps to increase, it helps producers by giving them an opportunity to reach beyond domestic market, and it helps buyer to get a choice of goods more than what is available in the domestic products. For example, if we take in India, we get to buy Apple products, but it is produced in USA. Thus, the Indian people are getting a chance to buy products which are not produced locally, and the producers are getting to a chance to expand their market to India. What does foreign trade result in? Foreign trade results in travel of goods from one market to another, and competition between local and international producers. which leads to price of similar goods becoming almost similar. So how can we define globalization? Globalization is the process of rapid integration between countries. And the globalization includes movement of four things between countries. These are goods, services, technology, and people. But it is been seen that it has been seen that movement of people is highly restricted due to various complications like visas, etc. And though the movement of technology, goods, and services has increased manifold. So now let's look at the factors that have enabled globalization. The first factor is technology, which is a major factor. There are two major technologies which help in development of globalization. First is telecommunication facility, which helps to contact people across the globe, access information instantly, and communicate for low areas, which helps to increase the speed of production and thus has enabled globalization. The second type of technology which helps globalization is internet, which allows to send email and voicemail instantly at negligible cost. Again, it improves the quality of communication and thus reduces the time involved in global in production. The second important factor that has enabled globalization is liberalization of foreign trade and foreign trade policy. What is liberalization? It is the removal of trade barriers. The removal of trade barriers. So trade barriers are basically the barriers which restrict movement of goods from one country to another. It could be taxes on import or taxes on export or anything like that. In recent years, the trade barriers have been removed a lot. Initially, India had a lot of trade barriers, including high taxes on import of goods from other countries. This was done to support the local manufacturers. But around 1990, trade barriers were removed in India, allowing foreign competition. Thus, the Indian government became liberal. The major organization which regulates world trade is World Trade Organization. It has an aim to liberalize international trade and remove all trade barriers. It establishes rules regarding international trades and makes nations follow these rules. It has nearly 165 members, but a major thing that is seen today is that in policy the World Trade Organization wants all the countries to follow in its principles. But in practice what happens is that the developed countries are not opening their trade barriers and the developing countries like India are being forced by WTO to open their trade barriers. Thus, this is helping foreign markets in this is helping foreign producers in developed countries, but yeah, the producers in India are at loss from this. So now let's see what is the impact of globalization in India. The impact of globalization has a lot of advantage and some disadvantage. Advantages include advantage to commercial customers which have greater choice, uh, and there is advantage to some producers which prosper due to competition by having new technology. There is creation of new jobs, and thus workers are being helped by globalization. Several large Indian companies have emerged as top MNCs, including Tata Motors, Infosys, and Asian Paints. New opportunities for companies are emerging, particularly new developing sectors such as IT and communications. But there is also a negative side of globalization. This includes hardship for workers due to attempt by MNCs to reduce cost of production, and hardships for local producers which are not being able to compete with the global manufacturers and thus are losing income. Seeing all this, we naturally get the idea that the globalization is not fair. It is not equal for all. People, many people are prospering from globalization, but many of them are also at loss. Thus, there is a struggle for fair globalization all over the world. How do we see globalization as fair? Fair globalization, which will be the globalization in which there are opportunities for all and benefits are shared by all. And the next question, which is a natural question which comes to our mind, is that how can we make globalization more fair? We see that governments of developing countries have a major role in this. They can the how and the governments can help make globalization fairer by many methods. These include policies to protect common people, like proper implementation of labor laws, supporting small industries by trade barriers, negotiating with WTO for fairer rules, and allying developing countries and fighting against dominance of developed countries. Um, this is the major cover up of the chapter. So we have what is globalization. Globalization is integration of markets. Who are major players? MNCs are major players. MNCs are major players. They set up production. Where do they set up production? Certain points on that. How do they set up production? Three ways on that. What is foreign trade? How does it benefit and what does it result in? And what are the things which move about in globalization? Then we saw the factors that have enabled globalization and the impact of globalization on India. And at last we saw the struggle for fair globalization. And the last part which is left in the chapter is steps taken by Indian government to attract foreign investment. This can come as a one marker question. These steps include setup of special industrial zone, special economic zones, SEZ. These have world-class facilities like world-class electricity, water facilities, housing facilities, etc. And no taxes for the initial period of 5 years. And the government has also offered to increase flexibility in labor laws and is allowing MNCs to ignore many of these laws so that they set up production in India. So at this note, was the last topic of our chapter, and at this note I would like to finish the video. I will upload the link of these notes is given in the drive. You can see them. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.